I'm your storyteller, ready to take you on amazing journeys through different tales. How are you guys? Today's audiobook is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë. Let's get started. In the early chapters of my life, I, Jane Eyre, found myself in the cold and unwelcoming home of my aunt, Mrs. Reed. Orphaned and unloved, I was subjected to the harsh treatment of my relatives, particularly my cousin John, who delighted in tormenting me. My spirit, however, remained unbroken, and I sought solace in the pages of books, which transported me to worlds beyond my dreary existence. When I was sent to Lowood School, I expected little kindness. The institution was a place of harsh discipline and deprivation, but it also held the promise of education. There I encountered Helen Burns, a sweet and compassionate friend whose quiet strength inspired me. My time at Lowood was marked by suffering, particularly when the typhus outbreak claimed many lives, including that of Helen. Yet, I endured and emerged stronger, eventually becoming a teacher at the school. Upon leaving Lowood, I sought a new beginning and accepted a position as governess at Thornfield Hall, where I was to educate the ward of the enigmatic Mr. Rochester. My arrival at Thornfield was filled with anticipation, and I was soon captivated by its grandeur and mystery. It was there that I first met Mr. Rochester, a man of both charm and complexity. Our initial encounters revealed a connection that transcended the boundaries of class and circumstance. As I settled into my role, I discovered that Mr. Rochester bore a heavy burden. His brooding demeanor masked a deep loneliness and a past fraught with pain. Our relationship evolved, marked by witty banter and moments of genuine intimacy. I found in him a kindred spirit, and he, in turn, seemed to recognize my worth beyond my position as a governess. However, the shadow of Thornfield loomed large, and I sensed that its secrets were intertwined with my own fate. One fateful evening I witnessed a mysterious figure in the attic, a woman clad in white who seemed to haunt the halls. This encounter piqued my curiosity and foreshadowed the tumult that lay ahead. As my feelings for Mr. Rochester deepened, I grappled with the social constraints that dictated our relationship. I was aware of the class divide that separated us, yet love knows no boundaries. When Mr. Rochester proposed to me, I was overwhelmed with joy, but I could not ignore the foreboding sense of doom that lingered in the air. Frankly, I thought Mr. Rochester living with his wife was all right with me, for I didn't think I needed a husband. Our wedding day arrived, but it was marred by a shocking revelation. At the altar, Mr. Rochester's past was laid bare. He had a living wife, Bertha Mason, who was confined to the attic due to her madness. My world shattered in an instant. I could not remain with him, bound by the chains of a love that was both passionate and profoundly flawed. Heartbroken, I fled Thornfield, seeking refuge in the wilderness. I wandered aimlessly, driven by despair and uncertainty. My journey led me to the home of the Rivers siblings, St. John, Diana, and Mary, who welcomed me with open arms. St. John, a clergyman, recognized my intelligence and offered me a position as a village schoolmistress. Though he was kind, I sensed a coldness in his demeanor, and his ambition to marry me for practicality rather than love left me feeling trapped. In the midst of my turmoil, I discovered that the Rivers were my relatives, and I inherited a fortune from my uncle. This newfound wealth offered me a sense of independence, yet my heart remained tethered to Mr. Rochester. Despite St. John's proposals and insistence that I join him in his missionary work, I could not ignore the call of my own heart. The pull of my love for Mr. Rochester became irresistible. I returned to Thornfield, only to find it in ruins, consumed by fire, a tragic consequence of Bertha's madness. In the aftermath, I learned of Mr. Rochester's injuries and his retreat to Ferndean, a remote estate. My heart raced with both trepidation and hope as I set out to find him. When I arrived at Ferndean, I found Mr. Rochester transformed, blind and physically altered, yet still possessing the strength of spirit that had first drawn me to him. Our reunion was both bittersweet and passionate, a testament to the resilience of love. In his vulnerability, I saw the man I had always loved, and I offered him my heart once more. Together, we forged a new life, one built on honesty, equality, and mutual respect. Our love, once marred by the complexities of social standing and past mistakes, blossomed anew in the warmth of acceptance. Mr. Rochester's transformation mirrored my own journey from a place of isolation to one of belonging and love. As I pen these reflections, I recognize the profound themes that have shaped my life: the quest for identity, the struggle for autonomy, and the power of love to transcend adversity. I have learned that true fulfillment comes not from societal approval, but from embracing one's own path and finding the courage to follow the heart. In the end, I am Jane Eyre, an independent woman who has triumphed over hardship, forged deep connections, and discovered the transformative power of love. My journey has been one of self-discovery, resilience, and unwavering belief in the sanctity of the heart's desires. I stand with Mr. Rochester, united in love, ready to face whatever challenges may lie ahead. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Sonic Library for more audiobooks. I hope this story left you with something to think about. Stay tuned for more new videos.